All right, geometry students, we're going to look at Unit 1, Lesson 6. Our lesson name here is Construction Techniques 4. So this is part 4 of learning these techniques. Today we're going to focus on parallel and perpendicular lines. So our first lesson goal is that I can construct a parallel line through a given point. So if we have a line and a point somewhere off, we want to be able to make a line that's parallel to the original line through that point. I can construct a perpendicular through a given point. So the same idea, if I have a line and a point somewhere on the line, off the line, whatever, can I create a perpendicular from that point to the original line? All right. Our vocabulary here is all review. These are all words that we've dealt with before, so let's just go through them quickly. We have angle bisector, which remember is our way of cutting an angle into two equal parts. We have a circle, which is a shape where all the points around a center point are the same distance away from that center. We have our conjecture, which is our we have our conjecture, which is our hypothesis, what we're trying to prove or disprove. Inscribed is a shape inside another shape. Line segment is a line that is straight and has two endpoints. Parallel, remember, is one of the big things we're going to be creating. They are lines that will never cross. One of the big things to check and make sure that we're doing it right is we want the slopes to be the same. If slopes are equal, then we know that they'll never cross each other. Perpendicular bisector is something we're going to use in this lesson also. Remember, that is when we take a line segment and we cut it into two equal parts with a line that makes a 90-degree angle. All right, for this warm-up, you're just going to need to write down your mental transformation that you're using for these. I'll give you kind of an example that you can do, but there might be multiple answers, so come up with what you think will work. So each pair, we have 4 pairs of pictures here, are congruent. So like this circle and this circle are congruent. Don't hold my drawing abilities against me. Just imagine that they're the same. Okay, mentally identify a transformation or sequence of transformations that could take one to the other. So sometimes it takes one thing to move it, sometimes it might take more steps. So a transformation would be one step, a sequence of transformations would be 2 or more steps. So probably the easiest one that we'll look at here is this first one here, P and Q. And it doesn't matter which one you move to each. So if I look at circle P here, I can transform this by moving it along the segment PQ. So if I just translate it from P to Q, I'll have them on top of each other, and then we have done our transformation. So what you need to do is come up with a way to do the other 3. Please write them down, bring them to class, and then that's going to start our conversation as we get into creating parallel and perpendicular lines. Thanks.